What up? It's Chanel Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, y'all. I have a great show set up for you guys today. We have a breaking story. L.A. Reid settles his civil SA case against Drew Dixon. In Behind the Feed and Off the Record, we got three big stories for you. Celina Powell accuses Offset of threatening her and Cardi B. Also, Desmond and Kristy Scott are hiding the truth. And also, Savannah James hints at LeBron James cheating on her in Toronto. In quick news, we're going to talk Trump, Caitlyn Jenner, Hulk, Teyana Taylor, and the World Cup. As always, we're going to close out the show with question of the day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, radio, your devices up. Come on, it's Monday. I know I'm a little I don't really get excited for Friday episodes, but I'm feeling good, y'all. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. All right. What is up? What's up? Just want to say hello to everybody who is tuning in live, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. No, not Twitter, Twitch, Kick, and of course, YouTube. What is up? I hope you guys are having a good Monday. I'm feeling good. My Monday started out a little slow, but I feel like I'm starting to, bring up the momentum and bring up the vibes. That always happens to me when I'm about to start a show on a Monday. I am here and I want to try to get you guys as hype as I am. All right. That is my job. Leave your Monday woes to me. I got us. Okay. What are we going to start off with now? We're going to start off with a story that literally just broke, I don't know, maybe an hour or 2 hours before I got on live. So I actually have a video that I put over on Instagram. So we're going to start out with that one. Did I bring it in here? Hold on. Yes, I did bring it in here. Hold on. We're already starting off slow, eh? Well, hold on. Here is the video. I think this is it. Hold on. Breaking news, L.A. Reid settles his sexual assault case with Drew Dixon. For those of you who don't know who L.A. Reid is, people say that this is like Diddy's Godfather. This is crazy. This could have been a whole Diddy trial. L.A. Reid decided to back out at the last second. Music executive L.A. Reid has reached a settlement in his sexual assault lawsuit against his former Arista executive Drew Dixon, avoiding what was to be expected a very high-profile trial. Dixon has accused Reid of sexually assaulting her on more than one occasion in 2021 and derailing her career after she rejected his advances. She also claims that Reid, out of spite, blocked her from working with John Legend, who was expected to testify at the trial. The case was set to begin today, but before the jury in Manhattan could even start, there was a settlement that was reached. The terms of the agreement have not yet been disclosed. Reid's legal team emphasized that the settlement does not indicate guilt. Stop the nonsense. Of course, that means that you were guilty and you were too afraid and you wanted to make sure that you wouldn't lose more than you had to pay out. Mr. Reid has amicably resolved this matter with Ms. Dixon without any admission of liability. Dixon's attorney praised her advocacy, noting Drew has been one of the most courageous and outspoken supporters of survivors of sexual abuse. Her advocacy includes her instrumental role in advancing the Adult Survivors Act, and it has helped shift the balance of power in the music industry, creating a path to justice for survivors. L.A. Reid dodged a bullet. We'll see if there's going to be any criminal charges, but L.A. Reid just lost a bag. People are saying that it could be even more than the Cassie settlement. More on the Trent Out Loud show, link in bio. Okay. Hey, I don't know why I'm not able to put my put the comments up here for you guys. I see you guys commenting, but for some reason it's not able to post. Let me just try to see something here. All right. Well, we'll, as normal, we'll get back to the comments at the end of the show, but I always like to just show it to you guys while we're going on here, but I don't know, something is off today, but I do see some comments coming through. Okay. So we'll get back to that in a minute. All right, here. What is this? When the streaming profile, your viewer comments won't show up unless the stream is public on Facebook. Wait, this has nothing to do with Facebook. what are we doing here? Anyway, so we'll get to that after. All right. So really important to note, John Legend was supposed to be testifying. They were saying Kanye West was going to be testifying against L.A. Reid. This is, I mean, yeah, I said they're kind of like maybe as big as Diddy, but this was civil. So as you guys know, Cassie, Diddy settled with Cassie, right? So Diddy never got a civil suit. So this in civil court, this would have been huge. Now, of course, there's whispers just like Cassie and Diddy that this might go over to some criminal charges. We don't know. L.A. Reid was one of the people that was instrumental in kind of getting Diddy started back in the day. That's when he was at Uptown Records with Andre Harrell. So these are the people, the adults in the room that got Diddy started, and how ironic that, of course, Diddy's downfall is this civil case, and now his stepdad, Godfather, has gotten the same sort of outcome. So that is breaking now. What also too that is big in this case is the fact that Diddy paid within 24 hours. LA was like, oh, you think I'm scared of you? All right, let's keep going to trial. And, you got to pay money, you got to set stuff up or whatever. And he literally just came to a settlement the day of. So he was hoping that he could call her bluff. She called his bluff. And I'm sure there was like a, hey, if we go to trial, you have a chance of losing. How about we just give you X amount now, 5 million, 10 million. She waited it out. She felt like even if it went to court that she would win, or she felt like what would have come out during the court case would have been so damaging to him that he would rather pay more. So this was just all a strategy. LA knew that he was never going to go and take this to court. Kudos to Drew Dixon and her team. You won. You caused a bluff. And like I said in the video, maybe it's possible that it could be even a bigger payout than Cassie. And y'all know that Cassie got anywhere from 20 to 30 million. Let's see. If I'm not mistaken, L.A. Reid is still actively right now the CEO. No, not the CEO. He's head of music at YouTube. Just so you know his position he's still in the industry right now. Okay, so that is our breaking news. I still can't get these comments up. I don't know what is going on, but let's move over to Celina Powell, Offset, and let's go to Behind the Feed and Off the Record. All right, here we go. Let's get to Celina. We have a lot. Celina. What? We're going to move this. Here we go. All right. So I have 4 videos that we're going to talk about with Celina. For those of you who don't know who Celina is, she's an industry IGOF model that has been known to date a lot of these rappers, ballers, entertaining guys. And she gets dirt on them, tells them, yo, you need to pay me off, do this, whatever. That's how she makes a lot of her money. Some of them comply and they don't, and some of them do. She's been linked to Offset, Snoop Dogg, Little Meech, if I'm not mistaken, 50 Cent, et cetera, et cetera. And those are just the ones that she ended up exposing. Imagine the ones that like paid her off, right? So she has been making a lot of waves over the weekend, actually for the past week, talking about Offset. Now, what is ironic about this weekend, her talking about Offset and also involving Cardi B, is a video that I'm going to play for you guys with Cardi B saying, you know what? I actually like this girl and I'm happy that she's exposing some things. So we're going to talk about Offset's gambling addiction and him being in debt. Lil J being the first one who exposed Offset. There is a restraining order from Cardi B to Offset. Offset allegedly threatening Stefan, secret calls to his kids, Offset being in debt to the IRS, $2 million. And yeah, that's about it. I have written down here 2 times threatening Stefan Diggs, but it was only 1 time. Okay, now let's go. Oh, you know what it was? The first video is actually him threatening Celina Powell. Now, she has come out, like I said, in the beginning of last week saying, look, I don't care what you got going on. I don't care about you and Cardi or whatever. I lent you $15,000. I want my money. She put the video out with her and him in bed. We already played you guys that. And apparently that hasn't worked and she hasn't got her money back. Now, apparently there's supposed to be another like secret tape that she's releasing or that she's letting people see on her Finsta page or like a fake Twitter page and you pay to see it. That hasn't leaked out. But what she has also done now this Friday is she's doubled down and she is on a podcast speaking more details about Offset. Here is the video that she put out of him threatening her. Take a listen.
What?
Okay.
Think it's sweet. Don't think it's sweet. It ain't sweet, mama. On my mama, it ain't. My mama, you think you seen something every time?
Has a restraining order.
Okay. Again, why, if you know her MO, recording dudes, even if it's on FaceTime while they're asleep, Snoop Dogg doing with that white stuff with his nose, recorded him doing that. Like, I would only speak to her through literally like 3 or 4 parties. It wouldn't even be one party. It would be like this one, tell this one to tell that one. Like, I would never text that girl. I would never FaceTime, nothing. Anyway, so that's one thing that she has against them, and there's probably more. Now, the next video, which is more important, is the restraining order. And like I said to you, in this podcast, the whole podcast, she's talking about Offset, and she's alleging the fact that he is always in the casino, which we always see him in the casino, and he has an addiction. And because he's going broke, he's turning to the casino to try to change around his money or try to change around his fate, trying to change around his luck. She also tells a story that hasn't been confirmed yet, but he apparently paid P from Quality Records? Can't remember. Whatever that label is that I can't remember the name of the record, but he paid to get himself off of his record label. And apparently he paid $10 million to get off, but then he's got off on his own and he was only left with like $2 or $3 million and he hasn't been able to pick up his career. He thought he could get off the label and, do his own thing, and it hasn't worked out. So that's where the money has come from. For those of you who are thinking like, he still must have made a lot of money with the Migos. Yes, but he spent that on getting himself out of his deal and it hasn't worked out. Okay, so that's the money issue. That's the gambling. And she says, allegedly, that he called her on 2 different occasions at the casino, stuck down and out on his luck, and he asked her to lend her money. And her thinking that they might have been starting a relationship or this could be something that could like progress, she decided to lend him the money. Then when she found out like, oh, he's just playing with me, he has other girls, etc., she's like, yes, I just want my money, okay? So while she was talking about that, she also dropped this.
On Offset. So he keeps not allowed to talk to the babies at all. He's been FaceTiming Culture.
Hold on.
He keeps not allowed to talk to a restraining order on Offset. So he keeps not allowed to talk to the babies at all. He's been FaceTiming Culture through his other daughter this whole time and talking to Culture or whatever. And I guess Culture's been saying like she hasn't even met Stefan. So that's probably why like she thinks like how the f is this baby? And I don't talk to my dad. Like, how did you just have a baby, Yeah. And she's like knowing that that's not her brother.
Okay. So that went out there. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I first heard that, just because it's Celina Powell and I don't trust nothing she says, I was just like, would Cardi have a restraining order against Offset? And I was literally going to be on the side of no. Just the fact of like Cardi's past, you know what I mean? Like, she has dudes around her. She has been very open about being in GANG affiliates or whatever. And I'm just like, I just don't feel like Cardi, like BX Cardi, like having a restraining order on her child's dad. But then I also thought why it could be true is the fact that Cardi has said for the past year or so that it's not just like a divorce and issues, that she has felt really stressed out so much so that her record label was really worried about her. And there's times where she felt like she couldn't even come to the studio. That's why she said that her album was actually really, really delayed, was this things that were going on with Offset. Now, we just assumed, or I just assumed, we all know that he cheated on her multiple amount of times, but could it get to a dangerous point? So I was literally about to come on here and be like, again, because it's Celina, I'm like, I don't know. Well, listen to what Cardi had to say.
Been waiting for some type of response. Actually, no. It's the total opposite. I'm actually thankful for certain information. I've been expressing to people behind the scenes that somebody is using different people as a mouthpiece to spread misinformation about me, about my relationship in various different platforms. I've been getting harassed for a very long time. And when I express concerns, it's like, here you go, here you go. A lot of crazy, weird things that has been happening behind the scenes. Just like sometimes like I even have like nightmares because when somebody is this obsessed with you and want to ruin you, you don't know what they want from you, not caring about them, not bothering them, and they still bothering you.
That's saying a lot. And you know what's really important about that is I play you guys Cardi B audio at least 2 or 3 times a week, and I'm like, oh, I always have to edit so much stuff out. She was not swearing that much. She wasn't yelling. She wasn't freaking out. She sounded really like concerned, and she was like articulating herself well. And you don't normally hear Cardi in that way. So I don't know what Offset is doing to her. Of course, we have heard some stories. I don't want to start speculating. Cardi B hasn't put it out, but she's at least coming up to the point now where she's like, yeah, I have a restraining order against him indirectly. And she's worried. And she thinks things are starting to get weird. The last video that I'm going to play for you is, again, Celina leaking Offset allegedly talking about Stefan Diggs. Now, he doesn't say Stefan's name, but he says stuff like, if I ever catch him, if I can catch him, Stefan Diggs is a wide receiver. Then he talks about doing stuff to his knees and et cetera, et cetera. This goes to the restraining order. If you feel like your new baby daddy, your boyfriend, feels like he's being threatened and you're being threatened, then I can understand why you take out a restraining order. Really sad that you have to take a restraining order out on your child's father and your Cardi B. But I still, the amount of security that she has around, why? But then also too, a restraining order could just mean contact. It could just mean like the harassment of even calling. That's why Celina said he needs to talk to culture through his other daughter. So the restraining order doesn't necessarily only have to be physical, not that he can't come on the property, but even calling, texting, FaceTime. Anyways, here is him allegedly talking about Stefan. Take a listen.
And I can catch him, it's gonna be bad. So I think she on some beach strip, shot me, all type. See, I wasn't on his.
See, I don't know if you caught that, but he says, yeah. And she laughed. She goes, oh my gosh, in his knee, if I could catch him. So there you have it. Offset could potentially not be able to call, speak, text, nothing to his kids. And he has to talk through his kids with Cardi, 3 of them through his other children. He could not be able to contact Cardi or see her or do anything, or Stefan. And this could mean worse things for him if it's true that he's actually contacting them and not respecting the restraining order. So a lot of stuff going on with Stefan Diggs. All right. Stefan Diggs and Offset. Let's move over now to what everybody's been talking about this entire weekend. Desmond and Kristy Scott. Okay. All right. Let's pull this picture up here. Okay. This is, of course, my thumbnail. I did a think piece, which I told you guys in 2026, we're kind of changing stuff up. The daily Trent Out Loud show will be on the live section over on YouTube, but then also in the video section where you guys are used to watching the show, There's where I'll have takes and think pieces throughout the day. Normally post them around like 1 or 2 o'clock. Now, I wanted to separate it because I could like deep dive over there without making the show super long. So make sure you guys check it out. I'm not going to, of course, go into it in depth again, but just wanted to touch on some things that, you know, we don't know about that's going on with Kristy and Desmond. There's allegations that he cheated on her with another man. There's allegations that he has a baby with somebody else. And I'm going to read to you the information that broke, and I'm going to read to you his statement. And then you guys let me know if I'm reading too much into this, if you think it's just like a regular cheating. I saw already Gia's comment underneath their video today. And she's like, Trent, it could just be a one-night thing. And Gia said, if I was with somebody for 30 years and he cheated on me one night, it would be over. I'm of the theory that I think it's something more than just cheating one time. But I'm going to read to you the announcement just for those of you who don't know so you can get all caught up. And then I'm going to read to you a little bit of his statement, okay? According to TMZ, social media star Kristy Scott, known for creating family-focused content with her husband under the name The Scotts, has filed for divorce from her estranged husband, Desmond Scott. Court documents obtained in Harris Court, Texas, show that Kristy cited alleged infidelity as the reason for ending their marriage, saying the conduct eliminated any reasonable chance of reconciliation. Again, that's why I feel like it's more than just like a one-off, one-time thing, but I don't know. Nobody knows. You'll hear people talk all on social saying they know. That's why I've titled this, like, they are hiding the truth. Nobody knows anything yet, but they're only a little tight-knit circle. So I want to applaud Kristy for that. The paperwork indicates the couple, who first met as teenagers and married in 2014, will soon stop living together as husband and wife. Again, that is showing that they're living together right now. They share 2 sons and have built a large online following through content centered around family life, pranks, design and renovation projects, and everyday chaos. Kristy and Desmond also co-own Meant to Be Films, a production company focused on wedding videography. I almost pronounced that bad. And storytelling. And it was unclear at the time of the report how the business will be handled post split up. As of this publication, representatives for Kristy and Desmond has not responded to a request for comments. Now, Desmond put his own comment out, and this is what he said. Said, I want to begin by apologizing to Kristy, our family, and everybody who has been impacted by the public attention surrounding the situation. I know this news has been disappointing for many, and I'm truly sorry for the hurt that it has caused. Kristy is a mother of my children, and that will always come first. I remain fully committed to being an active, present, and loving parent to our boys, as I have always been. Now, in the video that I'm telling you guys to go check out, I dissect all those lines, but for time's sake here, I'm just going to focus on the most important thing. And here's where it starts. Kristy and I faced challenges and made sincere efforts to work through them. All right, so there was things going on. I'm going to assume that's probably a marriage for this long. You probably had some issues for all of 2025. Again, just assuming. Towards the end of 2025, I wanted to separate him. He's saying that in his statement. And I had conversations with Kristy regarding this. During this period, the period of him discussing that he wants to separate, I made choices that I am not proud of. I took responsibility for those actions. I shared this with her directly and personally, and ultimately we decided to divorce. That's him saying, yo, I wanted to separate. I had issues. I had whatever. I went out. Something happened. I came to her, shared everything with her, and then she was like, nah, we're getting a divorce. I asked for privacy and compassion as we navigate this difficult chapter in our lives. And it goes on, but like I said, you can check out the video. Sound off below. Let me know what you guys think just based off of that alone. Like I said, it's got to be, I don't necessarily believe the man thing. I think he cheated with another guy is only because he's the cook in the relationship. She's the, the bigger star. He's coming here and serving food. I think that's like dudes out there, just being dudes and being like, yeah, he's probably with another guy. I personally don't think that it's possible. I think that something went awry. They were together for a long time. As teenagers, something happened. Were they growing apart? Was something, the other thing too is people are saying that they think that he started getting jealous of her stardom. She has 10 million followers. He has 1.5 million followers. I think that could have been a reason, and it's hard to deal with. You guys sliding in her DMs, all this attention, traveling. He could been a little bit jealous and not know how to handle that. I just think after like 15 years, I would think that you would know how to navigate through that. But I mean, stardom is crazy. So yes, that could be something. But more what I want to focus on is not the initial why they wanted to separate, because every marriage, every relationship goes through a time and a period after all that time being like, what's going on? It's the mistake that he made during the separation issues that is what I want to find out. And what I'm asking you guys what you think it is. He could have an oops baby. You know what I mean? It was like, nah, we cannot come back. And she could have been like, tell her not to keep it. And then he could have been like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to support. There's something like that. When you have a brand that big where they're making millions of dollars a year, they're not just like on the internet, like joking around. They're like one of the hottest, successful internet couples on all platforms, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. They're making upwards of $50 or $20 million, people are saying. Is that a one-night stand? Is that like we were thinking about separating and I went out and made a mistake with my boys? And I'm not condoning that at all. And if that's the case, then I don't know. Then maybe she was like, I like this stardom and I want to bounce. And she's using that as the excuse. Again, in the video that we have up on YouTube, I show you what she's been posting in her Instagram stories, the lunch, her outfit. She's going out, outfit of the day, or it was outfit of the night or whatever. Y'all weigh in and let me know what you think about Desmond and Kristy. Let's go over to Savanah, something that a lot of people are not talking about that I want to weigh in and let you guys know, all right? All right, Savannah James hints at LeBron James cheating in Teyana. Okay. Y'all know I'm the foremost expert when it comes to all things.
All of it. Vague.
Mono. Mm-hmm. Okay, listen to this, okay? Now, I have, oh my gosh, I don't know, over 10 times said on this show, when talking about LeBron James, when him and Drake started having his beef and Drake started talking about him cheating, then academics and everybody was talking about it, I was like, look, I'm not here to be like calling people out or whatever, but I could literally say without a shadow of a doubt, one of LeBron James's favorite place to step out on Savannah is to Toronto. It's not even a question. I know mad girls that will literally come. If LeBron James ever sends me a defamation suit, I will win. So I will not say allegedly LeBron James cheats on Savannah in Toronto. I can bring you 10 girls that will tell you that. Everybody has always said one of two things. A, it's not true, which I know it's true, but not everybody can. Or B, maybe Savannah knows and she doesn't care. Some people have said like, some girls know their man. I'm beginning to think Savannah might know her man. Listen to this.
Mm-hmm. All of it. Vegas, Miami,
I went
New
to those
York.
Places. Yeah.
Oh, Toronto. Toronto got beautiful women, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. Did you hear that? Listen.
I mean, got beautiful women, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Places. Yeah.
oh, Toronto. Toronto got beautiful women, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You see how that smile closed down and then she laughed?
Not that I like women, but
All right, so I feel like that's her kind of like hinting like, all right, my man's got to do what he's got to do. He does his thing. Y'all weigh in. I want women to really let me know what you think. And shout out to the person, somebody from Toronto actually sent me this in my DM. So thank you very much for this. A lot of people are not talking about it, but I want the women to weigh in below. What is Savannah saying here indirectly? Is she saying, I know what he does in Toronto. I hate it, but it is what it is. And maybe she's okay that it's like out the country. You know, like don't do that in LA, but you want to go hang out with Drizzy in Toronto? Like, all right, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us over to quick news. We're gonna talk about Mr. Donald Trump. I actually tried to do a whole show without talking about Donald Trump. A lot of stuff has been going on over the weekend. For those of you who are following us on the Trent Out Loud show, you said I've been really, really active this weekend. All the ICE stuff and Minnesota and Trump. Two things. I want to play a video for you guys about Greenland, which to me, I think is being suppressed by everything else that's going on with Trump and MAGA and all that. And before I play the video, I just want to remind you guys, like I said I would every time I talk about Donald Trump, where are the Epstein files? We are still not talking about that. It's January the 12th today. On January the 19th, we were supposed to get all the Epstein files unredacted and open. And then January the 3rd, they were supposed to explain why there were so many redactions. Nothing. Why? Because all of this stuff that's going on. Very, very slick, Mr. Trump. Listen to this. This is about Greenland. Listen.
Now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not, because if we don't do it, Russia or China will take over Greenland, and we're not going to have Russia or China as a neighbor, okay? I would like to make a deal, you know, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way.
And that's the caveat here. I would like to do it the easy way, but if not, I'll do it the hard way. That's Trump being Trump. And I know a lot of you guys like that about him and the no nonsense or whatever, but okay, Venezuela was one thing, not taking anything away from Venezuela, but Venezuela was one thing. Okay, you had Maduro there. He did have a warrant out for his arrest. He was doing a lot of crazy stuff. You went in, you got Maduro. Now you're talking to his VP. At least I'll give him credit. He's not trying to say, oh, I just want to do this for the DRUGs. He's like, no, I want the oil. Okay. And even over the weekend, he put out like this Wikipedia thing that said that he was the acting president of Venezuela. Okay, let's just put that aside. Greenland is part of NATO. What can you do the hard way, sir? I would like to know. What does this mean? Now, there's talks of him like offering money to the Greenland people, doing this and doing that. But he's literally saying like, y'all saw what I did to Venezuela. And he's just going to put it as saying, well, China and Russia, they could go there. There's been no signs. There's been no reports. There's been no like, hey, like, no, they could. This is literally going to be Trump's second takeover of land just in the name of he just has to do what he has to do, what he wants to do, what pops in his head. Y'all let me know what you think about that. All right, our second quick story. Kendall Jenner, this is really funny. Take a listen.
Any plastic surgery on my face, nothing. I've never had any work done. I told you the only thing I've done twice, I've done baby Botox in my forehead. I didn't love it and I don't love it and I consider it sometimes, but then I'm like, my eyebrows are so straight and low to my eyes that I actually really like.
Now, if you guys are not watching this on video, just Google Caitlyn Jenner teenager. And for those of you who are watching this, you can see the picture here. Now, she literally like vehemently says, I know it looks like I had a nose job. I know it's crazy. I don't even know how it happened myself, but I just grew into my nose. Like, I get it. It looked I understand there's growing into your nose. I understand there's growing into your face. I know that there's puberty, but look at this picture here, y'all. That is crazy work, no? Like, somebody that has more knowledge about this than me, can you grow into that nose? Look at her lips. How do you go from this to this? And would that not constitute plastic surgery? Because she said, I did baby Botox. Did she say lips? Hold on, let me hear this again.
The only thing I've done twice, I've done baby Botox in my forehead. I didn't love it, and I don't love it.
Yeah, so how'd you get those lips? Really? And look at how many different versions of her lips they were going for. To me, I don't even care about the lips. The nose is crazy. Crazy. Look at this big bridge here. Anyways, y'all weigh in below. Please, somebody that has more information about this than I. Can you grow into your nose? Third quick story. Hulk. Soccer player Hulk. Now, this is nuts. Hulk marries his ex-wife niece. Now, when I first heard of this story, I was like, hold on a second, your ex-wife's niece. And you know, sometimes you have to go through your own family tree to make sense of something. And I get that it's his ex-wife, and I guess I understand that they're not married, but it really is his niece. He could say his ex's, what would you say? His ex-niece. Yeah, that's my ex-niece. What do you say when you divorce and you have a brother-in-law? Isn't that my ex-brother-in-law? It's his ex-niece. Anyways, we have a family tree to make it easier for you guys. They call him the Hulk. He was married here. They have 3 children. This is his wife's sister. This is his wife's sister's husband. Sorry, this is so confusing to me. Hold on. This is the Hulk. These are sisters. Okay. The Hulk got married here. 3 kids. Here you go. This is it. So his sister-in-law had 2 children, a girl and a boy. And this child, his niece and him got married, and now they have 2 kids. So these 2 kids here are his children's siblings and cousins. How do you introduce, this is my cousin and my brother? That is disgusting. And I know there's some people online that are like, oh, it's just through marriage, and if the marriage is annulled. But that means that he knew her when, I just think it's gross. You guys weigh in and let me know what you think about this. This should be illegal in some form or fashion. But yeah, this guy married his niece. And it's pretty gross. All right, let's go over to Teyana Taylor. The Golden Globes were on yesterday. Y'all know me, I'm a big football guy, so I was watching football. To be honest with you, this is bad because I have an entertainment show. I didn't even remember that the Golden Globes were on. My bad. Shout out to Teyana Taylor winning Best Supporting Actress at the Golden Globes. I, of course, did see her speech. Amazing speech. I love when whoever is accepting is like, I didn't even think I was going to write a speech, but then they're like, I wrote it anyways. You know what I mean? It's like, I wasn't expecting this, but just in case. Anyways, her speech was amazing, flawless. Y'all know I'm a big, huge Teyana Taylor fan. It's Serena Williams, I say, is my baby mama, and Teyana Taylor, she's my second baby mama. And we all know, hold on, let me get my horns ready. We all know, recently broken up with Aaron Pierre. That's Mufasa is broken up. So Teyana Taylor, you know what I'm saying? Summer is fast approaching. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me. I'll, be in the States a couple of times over the summer, maybe, or whatever. Like, hopefully she doesn't go back to Aaron Pierre. Anyways, because Serena Williams is not getting divorced anytime soon. So, all right, our last one, going back to sports quickly. Fans cancel 16,800 FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets and demand a boycott of Trump's USA. Now, this goes once again to what I have been talking about a lot online and a lot on this show about What does this mean? What does the new Trump America mean for the American dream? What does it mean for the immigrants that want to come to the US, are already living here? I think I did a think piece last week. You guys can go check it out on the YouTube page. But, from a higher level, like, pull back. Don't get so caught up in the weeds, the Epstein, the this, the whatever. What is Trump and MAGA doing to America, the superpower, the land of the free, the home of the brave? People don't even want to go and watch the World Cup. It's crazy. 2026 World Cup tickets cancellations are accelerating as fans worldwide walk away from FIFA 2026 and call for a boycott over safety concerns tied to U.S. immigration enforcement. Reports now show that around 16,800 fans have canceled their World Cup tickets worldwide, and that number is still climbing fast. This isn't about bad flights or hotel prices. This is people saying they are walking away from the tournament entirely because they do not feel safe going to the United States given the current climate created by ICE enforcement officers' tactics that are under the Trump administration and the aggressive immigration enforcements that many see as a real threat to visitors. The US used to be like, oh my gosh, remember coming to America, like, I'm going to America. Like, this was like crazy, just crazy. I remember how excited I used to be like, I'm going to New York. I'm going to go shop on Flatbush. I'm going to go to Canal Street. I'm going to go here. Like, as a kid, like, New York City was like Disneyland. Some kids wanted to go to Disneyland. No, I wanted to go to New York City. And even now, New York is one of my favorite places in the world, man. It fights with Japan, Chicago, and New York. Of course, Montreal, Toronto, that's like my top 5 places to be. But there's something about New York. I remember modeling, and I was living in Jersey. Well, I was living in Queens for a little while, then I was living in Jersey. I remember taking the train in and just walking around Manhattan because as a model, I wanted to be close to the city in case I had, I forgot what you call it as a model. There's a word, but whatever, meetings. There was a word when they castings. And sometimes castings would just pop out throughout the day. So if I had a casting or not, I would literally just go to Manhattan. I'd be there at 9, just waiting as a struggling model. That's what you got to do. And I just remember just walking around New York City being like, I'm at the epicenter of the world. Like, this is the center of the world, And now to see how the rest of the world is afraid to go to the United States of America, it's Donald Trump campaigned on making America great again, and he's literally just making it a scary place for citizens, immigrants, visitors. Sound off. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right. This brings us to question of the day. I have a really funny question of the day, but before we get to that, I have a very important question for y'all. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Hold up. Let me answer that question for y'all. Yes, they are. All 3 of them, all your devices. If you are not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform, please go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trendoutloud, to get your 14-day free trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part for you. Here's the key: automatically removing your information off of these sites and keeping it off. I'll explain that to you guys in a second. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking your front door and keeping your back door open. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for your credit card or banking information, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager. They also have US-based round-the-clock customer service, Also, in the event that anything should ever go wrong, Aura also includes, not offers, but includes a $5 million identity theft insurance protection package. Try my link below or this QR code right here. Just take out your phone, your camera, put it right at the screen. This will take you to a free link where Aura will show you any of your information that has already been leaked online, and they will take it off for you for free. Aura will just wants to show you what they can do. So it's absolutely free. Make sure you sign up. Just as a little side note here, that automatically removing, if or when you do sign up to Aura, anytime you do anything in the future online, enter your information, your email, your phone number, or whatever, the minute it hits the dark web, Aura goes and gets it off for you guys. Now, anything you do online and you don't realize it, like, I do something safe at Netflix, I do this on Amazon, I do all that. All of these sites will sell you information in the name of, oh, they just want to know your marketing, they want to know your habits or whatever, and it's legal and they could sell it. But the problem is that it gets in the hands of bad actors, and that's why you have links text to you from numbers you don't know, phone calls of people calling you who you don't know, emails with links. And if you click any of them, you can lose all your information, and it's just really bad. So make sure you sign up for Aura today, link below. All right. Okay, guys, I have a different kind of question of the day today. I want to change things up. Should you cook your hot dog on the barbecue in the package? I would really like to know if I have been doing it wrong all these years. Look at this.
I don't know, y'all. We'll see. We got the ballpark, stuck them right on the grill. We're gonna cook them. These steaks are about done. Look at the juices. Oh, it's so moist. Almost done. Look at them
this.
dogs.
Tell me that does not look good. Like, don't lie. Those look good. And what I'm like, looks like that it's exciting is that it cooked in the juice. And I'm Jamaican. I love gravy. I like things that are like seasoned. So it looks as if though, when we cut it out the package and putting it on the grill, kind of dries them out and gets the sauces gone. So y'all know I had to ask you guys, comment below live. We're going to go now to the comments, but also after, have you guys ever done this? Have you ever tried it, or will you try it? The bigger question that I have is, how does the plastic not melt on the barbecue? That's what I still cannot figure out yet. But all right, let's go to comments. Of course, not only about the sorry. Before that, I also want to remind you guys about the Out Loud memberships. Sign up for the Out Loud memberships today. When you get to the join button above, you'll see Out Loud, Family, Proud, Loyalist, MVP. Just want to let you guys know that they're all the same level. We're one big happy family. These are just different price levels. It started out with people saying, hey, we want to give back a little bit more. So depending on what you want to give, you could choose, but just wanted to let you know that it's always the same access that you guys get, okay? And the access is, of course, loyalty badges, emojis, member-only live stream, member-only videos, early access to new videos, and member shout-outs. Obviously, also, too, I do my vlog. And lastly, before we get to comments, I just wanted to remind you guys about super thanks. You guys can give a super chat when I'm live, but you can also give a super thanks. It's right around the comments. There's like 3 buttons. And the reason why I tell you guys about this every day is I always get emails or DMs and saying, hey, we really like your show. Do you have PayPal? Do you have Venmo? The best way to give back to the show is through super thanks. The reason why is that it literally almost sends like a text message. I get a notification. You are giving back to the show, and you could change the thanks to whatever comment you would like. I'll heart it, like it. I'll reply to that comment, and I'll read it the next day on the show for you. Here's YouTube telling you better than I can.
Buy a super thanks by clicking the thanks button under your video. There are multiple price points a viewer can purchase that each have their own special one-time animation. As an added bonus, viewers will get to post a distinct, colorful comment in your video's comment section.
All right. Okay. Let's get now to comments. I still don't understand why I was not able to have the feed be on the side today. Anyways, we'll figure it out tomorrow. Okay. First comment here was J. David. We here. What up, J. David? Next one was Love from Australia. Love that. Love that. Down under. Natasha's in the building. What up, Natasha? Niash. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. I'm not even going to try that. I'll just use your last name. Hi, Renee. Kim says, shout out to everybody in the chat. Hope everybody is doing well today. What up, Trent? Always peace and love, happiness to everybody. What up, what up, what up, what up, Kim? Next one is from Sassy Sandy. Hey, Trent, I'm here. Hey, fellow out louders. Next one is hello from Cali, Frida. Next comment is from Crystal. What up, Crystal? Hey, Trent. Crystal in the house from New Hampshire. Let's go. Kim says, where there's smoke, there is fire. So, of course, he's going to settle, referring to L.A. Reid. That's crazy. I just like that she called his bluff. Like, oh, you want to go to trial? All right, say less. Let's go. This guy folded right away. Okay, next name. I think it might be Greg. What up, Doe? Trent from something county. Well, if you're saying what up, Doe, that means you're from Detroit. What up, Doe? Frida says, finally caught you live. Hello, Frida. Jay Jackson, what up? He couldn't handle the court pressure. Exactly. Well, he knew that he was always going to fold. He didn't just show up today and be like, oh, let me change my mind. It was like, hey, I'm going to offer you 5. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. They're about to start trial. And he was like, all right, cool. Here's 30. Tez, laugh out loud. Frida says, Sacramento, California in the house. What up, what up, what up, Cali? I don't know what that abbreviation is. HGJJHE. I don't know what that means. Oh, that was me. That was me just testing out the chat. Tez says civil equals money for sure. Mystery says hello, Trent, and everyone coming in from Twitch. My one Twitch viewer. Bam, 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 bam. What up, what up, what up, what up? Streaming from UK and Twitch. Alicia says, hi, is your girl from Cleveland, Ohio? What up, Alicia? Tez says, your comment button has decided to take an extended weekend. Exactly. It did a Trent on you. I know. Oh, that was funny, Tez. Because Tez will know that I'll be like, hey, guys, I'm going to just take like a day or 2 off. And then it turns out to be a week. Yeah, see? My button knows me. Kim is laughing. Kim, it's trying to tell him something. Exactly. Y'all know I'll still come and read out the comments anyways, so we all good. Hey, Trent, howdy from West London. What up, London? I love that we're being in London. 6521 likes, thumbs up, y'all, thumbs up. Thank you, Jose. Next comment is Crystal laughing at Tez. Thankfully, 410 says, I think he wanted out and he did the extreme. Yeah, but I played a video earlier today where because he allegedly cheated, she has an out. I think it's under like Texas law or some law that he is not going to have access to a lot of that money. So we'll see if he did this all on purpose. Crystal said it. He does it. So exactly. Miss Jackson. Jake said, ain't no party like a Diddy party. Thankful 410 says they met at age 14. They want more different experiences. The risk is an expensive move to make, but folks need to exhale. It may be worth it for him. Who knows? Maybe. I kind of dissected that a little bit too in the thing piece. Like, you know, he'll be all right. He's a chef. He'll start a channel. He'll do whatever, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Hold on. Is this? Oh, Morgan. I almost forgot your name. I was like, I know, I remember her name. Hey, Morgan from Reading, Pennsylvania. And you called the LeBron cheating time and time again. Thank you. Thank you, Morgan. I've been calling that out. LeBron, I dare you to sue me. LeBron cheats in Toronto with multiple women all the time. Not allegedly. Yeah, send me a letter. I'll go to court for you real quick. You'll be paying me out faster than L.A. Reid paid Drew Dixon. Crystal said, haha, I was literally just wondering about the Epstein files. Exactly. Morgan says Savanah is indirectly saying she knows, but she ain't going nowhere. Shake my head. There you go. Tez says Trump is the eternal binger of the red herring, master of distraction. Facts. Pam something says, hey, Trent, good to see you on live. What up, what up, what up, what up? Morgan says, yes. What will it take to drop the Epstein file list unredacted? Hot damn. Trent does one in the world. Hold on. Trent does no one in the world have any power to make him release them fully. I just don't get it. Well, look, it is law. It is law. It was passed in the Senate with no objection. It was passed in the House with one objection, and then Donald Trump signed it into law. So it's technically a law. So nobody has to do anything other than enforce the law. Here's the problem. You know who's in charge of enforcing the law? The DOJ. And who is the head of the DOJ? Pam Bondi, Donald Trump's homie, Crody. Like, he has the United States set up in such a way that he can literally do whatever he wants. It's the only people that can release this or do anything is the FBI and the DOJ. And Pam Bondi and Kash Patel are the most Trump loyalists you could ever find. And what's the other guy from the Department of Defense, the Pentagon? Oh my gosh, I'm running up. Pete Hegseth. Those three people? No. So no, the answer is no. But here is the other thing, though, is that once he gets out of power, then they could do something if there's another head of the DOJ. So he's playing around now, but he could just be wasting time and things come back at him 3 or 4 years from now. Kardashians are full of all right. Hey Mars, what up? She did more than baby Botox. 1000% agree. Tez, stop Trent. She has an excellent makeup artist for her nose and lips. Yeah, exactly. Funny, Tez. Next one says the Hulk is disgusting. Her for sure. Yeah, that's Mara saying that. That's so disgusting. So disgusting. Morgan said, Caitlyn Jenner, girl, bye. If you don't with these microscopic lips from back in the day, why folks don't grow up into them lips respectively. White folks don't grow up into those lips respectively. Funny, Morgan. Crystal says, no, Tez, she has the same nose transformation disease as Michael Jackson had. Exactly. Yo, y'all are on it today. All right, I'm sorry that I couldn't get those comments through a little bit earlier, but yeah. Desmond, Kristy, Trump, Kendall, y'all are on one today. All right, guys, I'm going to let you all go. I'm going to keep this episode short. Before I let you guys go, I just want to remind you of 3 things. Do not forget the super chats below, the super chat button. Don't forget the Out Loud membership. And also, please do not forget, here, let me put it up here for you. Please do not forget, here we go. Please do not forget Aura. I don't know if this is going to work now. I have to take this comment off 1 second. Here we go. Please do not forget. Oh gosh, I can't do it. Anyways, the link will be below. Okay. Please do not forget Aura so you guys could sign up and make sure that you save yourself. Oh my gosh. There it's going to work. There is the Aura link. Also, before I let you guys go, just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud show. For those of you who like to listen to shows like this on podcast platforms, head over to any podcast site, type in a Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Do not forget to hit the follow, subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. Now, for those of you who are like me and like to watch shows like this, head on over to YouTube, type in Trent Out Loud. The show is going to pop up. I'm going to need you to do 6 things when you're over on YouTube. First 2 is hit that subscribe button and hit that like button to get the algorithming. The third thing I need you to do is please comment below. I love all the comments during our lives, but I'm still going to need you guys to comment in the comment section below. You guys are my co-hosts. We do the show together. I bring a lot of topics, but I need to discuss them with you. Now, for those of you who don't want to join in on a conversation, please do not feel any pressure whatsoever. But what you can comment is where you are watching from. One of my favorite things to do before I go to bed is look at the comments. And I love seeing different countries and different cities. So just please at least let me know that. The fourth thing, if you're really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones because it helps in growing the channel. And y'all know we are here to grow this channel. And also, like I mentioned before, do not forget to sign up for the Out Loud membership. And also, do not forget the super thanks below. Comments, there's all 3 buttons. You have to like scroll and kind of find it. I don't know why YouTube is hiding it, but it is still there, okay? For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms, and it's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, please try to check out the Trent Out Loud show on Instagram. I'm back active on there, giving quick 1 minute, 2 minute takes. Anything that's breaking news or anything that's going on, I'm putting it up there. I have at least 5 or 6 posts. It's a good way to kind of like interact, get your news throughout the day, and then we'll come back here together collectively, have a live and talk about it. So make sure you follow the Trent Out Loud show on Instagram. Thank you so much for kicking it with me today. Oh, I was trying to get it under 1 hour. It's 1 hour and a minute. Anyways, yo, I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.